believe it or they cannot believe it, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Real talk.
All right, welcome back. Part 3 of the Conspiracy Roundtable. I've never done a 3-parter. I've never done a 2-parter, I don't think. But, boy, we are into this. Hour 3 of this, and we're still barely scratching the surface. We're not even at the surface yet.
Yeah.
Are you still with us?
Are you asking me or them?
Everybody. Hey, I'm not even with us.
I'm here. I'm here, and I have committed to doing this. So.
Well, I'm glad because we're at the end of our road here, and we're at the last 3 conspiracies on my list. Now, in case for some reason you're joining us at part 3 and don't understand what's going on,
you're bad at numbers for sure.
We are listing conspiracies, popular conspiracies. We're voting yay or nay on if we buy into it or not, and we're dissecting it. And dissecting it, boy, we are.
Yeah.
We talked about some controversial stuff the last 2 episodes. This one's going to be probably the darkest and most controversial, but also the most important because I think it's the biggest can of worms out of all of them. But let's just get into it, man. There's no easy way to segue into this, so I'm just going to state the conspiracy and we're going to talk about it.
Attack. Let's do it.
Conspiracy number 8 out of 10 on my list. Reptilian shapeshifters.
Oh, man. No, I didn't. Never mind. I thought something else was after that.
Reptilian shapeshifters exist and have infiltrated politics in Hollywood. Yay or nay?
Well,
just yay or nay.
All right. I just need to go and... Because we talked about this, a similar thing with the aliens.
Sort of, yeah.
And I can't remember what we said to that one.
Come on, it was only 2 hours ago.
Nay, because fucking reptilian lizard people?
Reptilian
That's
lizard
the fucking
people.
weirdest part to me, is the reptilian lizard people part. I could totally believe aliens more than reptilian lizard people, for some reason.
Yeah.
Unless the reptilian people are fucking aliens.
That's the idea, man.
Okay. Then yeah, I can believe that.
The idea that humanoid reptilians, either from another planet or another dimension, are not only shapeshifters, but are living with human skin and pretending to be humans in positions of power to influence human evolution. You look up reptilian shapeshifter caught on camera, you're going to see a lot of videos about eyes that are blinking sideways, a lot of glitches on camera.
There are some notable people that are quote unquote lizard people.
It's the big ones.
Like
it's
Elon's one, right?
Yeah,
Considered
people
Hillary.
think Elon's and people think Hillary's a reptilian. Ironically, mostly Democrats. It's just like newscasters of like prestigious broadcast channels.
Well, to be fair,
Congress.
if it's a Hollywood thing, that's mostly Democrats.
Yeah, a lot of like
That sounded very right wingish. That's what they are.
It's just how it turns out, man. A lot of like newscasters, people on TV, people who would be like on TV, like on C-SPAN or something, even small scale like local government types. Basically the idea is that like these reptilian humanoids are inhabiting human-like bodies and infiltrating our government. And you can tell they're a reptilian because if you look at their eyes on camera, they got like the slit lizard eyes and they blink sideways, and sometimes their skin starts to shift or transform on camera, which can just be chalked up to camera failures. There's also the conversation about the plane lady, Tiffany Gomez, who
said that she saw
somebody in the back of the plane who was not real. and then suddenly she's nowhere to be found until
They actually just talked to her on Inside Edition
They
yesterday.
talked to her, but a lot of people are saying that it was an actress with a face swap filter on, or makeup done up to look like her.
That's the thing, dude. Like, I watched the video and then looked at the lady, and I'm like, wow, she looks super different. Like, she looked like good don't.
But yeah, I'm gonna say nay on this. I never bought into the reptilian thing, but you'd be shocked to find out, like, most conspiracy theorists believe this.
Yeah, and it makes and conspiracy theorists in general, like, that's just a bad name for people who think. But like, it's those like the reptilians, the flat earthers that really. That's when they put at the top of the list to call it to the aluminum hats now.
Yeah, the outlandish ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put those from when people talk about conspiracies. If you just Google conspiracy on Google Images, the first image you're gonna get is fucking reptilian people and tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
And people think that that's just really what the conspiracy iceberg is. But
Tinfoil hats to keep the aliens from getting in.
yeah, something like that.
Because you can't put them in a microwave, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of things you can't put in a microwave. A lot of things I should be able to put in a microwave.
I want to
but
put my
get in
shoe in
trouble
a
for it.
fucking microwave.
Hey, look, it's a free country or
It's my
not.
goddamn microwave.
Is this America or is it not? I want to put my phone in the microwave just to see what happens. I'm going to. People, there's a large percentage of adults in this country who believe that reptilian shapeshifters have infiltrated our government. I am not a member of that demographic.
Yeah.
That's the straw man argument to me. That's the poster child of conspiracy theorists to me. And I think
it's crazy that one's like more believable to people than aliens.
it's that idea that discredits all the other things that are being brought to light. Like, you heard me talk all about 9/11. Like, when people start talking about that and actually questioning like the logistics of, hey, these things aren't adding up. When people start talking about that, they'd be like, oh, I bet you also believe that Bernie Sanders is a lizard. People will write that off and be like, I bet you believe in lizard people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy because it's a low-hanging fruit, but it's also, it's comical, No, I don't think reptilians have infiltrated the government. I don't think reptilians...
What examples, like, do you know any specific examples of like people and like what, like, those people are, like, what the goal is?
It's not that it's not that certain people are reptilians. It's that just reptilians are there in disguise as humans. Like,
But they're talking about them infiltrating.
they
and shit
infiltrated the
like-
government. Like, none of the big names. Like look.
But
Dude,
if you're saying Hollywood too, though, like, that's
yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, but it's not going to be like Joe Biden's a lizard.
it's not going to be
like
shit
that.
like that. Yeah, but that's what.
But like, here's a video.
That's where you can go nay out the gate if they're thinking specifically those like huge people.
Like, here's a screen grab of a news broadcast from 2014 where Mitt Romney has slits for pupils and it looks like one of his eyes is red. Shit like that could be tricks of the lens. It could be tricks of the lens, but people see like these lizard-like eyes in individuals.
Fuck, I mean, that is pretty fucking
It's creepy. It's creepy to look at and it's exciting to think about. But let's be real.
But you also
here.
got to think like who had that picture first and like the editing side. Yeah,
like that's
fucking
all
terrifying
you've
to
got.
look at.
Like, dude, that's all you've got to go at. Like, there's obviously the common ones. Like, people want to say Hillary Clinton's a lizard and Mark Zuckerberg's a lizard. But in reality, if that
Mark
was
Zuckerberg's probably the most realistic one, I would say. I feel like if there was a lizard person, it's Mark Zuckerberg. He just got let outside for the first time.
But in reality, though, I mean, like, lizard people, if they were real, I don't think they'd be the prolific figures you see on TV because they're so under a microscope. I mean, how many pictures
They'd be more.
and videos of Joe
they'd be
Biden
more
are out there? You
background.
know what I mean? Like, no. Like,
Where there's like a famous actor, there's the writer behind him that nobody sees.
like, I understand, like, exactly. It's not going to be the people on TV. And when it
Yeah.
is the people on TV, they're no-name people who are like doing their anchor job, you know?
Yeah.
Like I know, like, dude, I know Mitch McConnell looks like a turtle, but look, he's not a lizard person, okay?
Yeah, he's just a turtle.
He's just someone who shouldn't drive a car by himself or be in a position of power.
He shouldn't be doing speeches.
He needs to be in a home. But look, it's just not feasible. I don't see it. I don't see how lizard people could be. I don't think that all the most powerful people in the world, like Bill Gates and all them, I don't think they're lizard people. I just don't. You know, are lizard people out there? No, I don't believe that either. Are aliens out there? Yeah.
Unless they happen to be lizard people, aliens, then yes.
But even then, what the hell is the point of inhabiting human skin? The point is to be hidden, right?
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that shapeshifters are out there. I it's just too far-fetched for me. And it seems
Unless they're hiding in plain sight.
I guess, man, unless they're being the imposter and being sus about it, like I understand David Icke's book about it, and I understand that that's big, but come on, man. No, I think that is the odd poster child thrown in there to discredit the rest of the conspiracies. And that's it, honestly.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's whatever, like, they put the spotlight on. And, like, you just need 2 examples. 5 things you should know about conspiracy theorists. Lizard people, they're all stupid.
Top 10 conspiracy theories. The thumbnail is a lizard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stupid, man. And let's be real. If there was a superior species masquerading as humans, why would it be lizards?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be simians? Why wouldn't it be monkeys? You know, or something at least humanoid.
Yeah.
Why would it be something that's known to have tails? I don't know, man. It's just, it doesn't. Why would it be a kangaroo?
I believe a kangaroo is a fucking lizard
They're here to
person
fight.
before I think of a person being one.
There was a war against kangaroos. Did you know that? But no.
Australia's weird.
That's a nay across the board here. So let's cross that one off. So now we get into the fun ones. And by fun, I mean horrendous. So we'll talk about it's kind of a 2-parter. And they're related, obviously. But let's take it in pieces that we can choke down at a time. Number 9. The Illuminati controls and directs all media and entertainment, including Hollywood, music, and sports. Yay or nay? And let me rephrase. Instead of all media, I'm going to say major media. Because obviously I can go and make a short film on YouTube and Illuminati's got nothing to do with it. So I'm going to say major media and major entertainment.
Yay. Sorry.
That's a yay, dude.
That's a yay.
That's a strong yay.
Because we'll talk. You say your thing first.
My thing's going to take 2 hours. You say
no,
your
I'm
thing.
saying is it yay or nay, fuckface?
Oh, my thing's yay. Yeah, dude. The Illuminati, call it what you want, man.
That music contract shit. Like that seems like some shit that's like
The death clause, yeah.
The death clause, yeah.
Look that shit up, man. Music artists. You ever wonder why so many prolific music artists either die in their fall off or before they hit their peak?
Yeah.
Look up the death clause.
Or because, I'll just drop an example on that now. Fucking, not to hurt anybody's feelings if they ever hear this, but the musical group De La Soul, they haven't been able to put any of their music on streaming services because they've been dealing with legal issues from samples and all this other stuff, like with their record company. They finally get the okay to release all of their content on streaming services. Their main member died the week before all that stuff came out. It's just
Too convenient.
Too convenient because it also happened to A Tribe Called Quest when Phife Dawg died before their last album, their masterpiece album came out.
For those who don't know, what he's talking about is the death clause, where if the main act of your group or the main artist or whoever your artist is,
whoever like draws like super attention to
the
group.
contracted artist of the act dies, the residuals and the rights and the masters, all that reverts to the studio. It reverts back to the recording label and the company that manages them. So you look at people like David Bowie, Michael Jackson, Prince, even little scale ones like Juice WRLD and all that. You wonder why there's so many posthumous albums? It's because when they die and people go to stream all their shit, like, oh man, he was a legend, and people start streaming all that shit, who's getting that money? The artist isn't. The recording label is.
Yeah.
And you think with all the musicians who died, you think there wasn't some foul play? You think there wasn't musicians getting murdered or dying in mysterious circumstances just to capitalize off of all the revenue that's going to come from that? The death stimulus?
Yeah. And like that's just a subsidiary of the Illuminati thing to me. Like
That's just one aspect
that's
of
some
it.
fucking Illuminati shit. Like you also now the last one that we have mixes into this one you said, right? So
I mean, you don't have to believe the Illuminati is reptilian, but the Illuminati itself is the idea.
no, not the last one. I'm talking about the last one that we talked
The
about.
Great Reset and the New World Order and all that.
No. The one.
Oh
After
yeah, the
we're
next
talking
one. The
about
next
after
one.
this
Yeah. But the Illuminati, quote unquote.
Do you just want to say what that one is? So because it's gonna be a long ass discussion.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
We got to take it in chunks.
Okay.
But the Illuminati is basically the name given to the secret society of elites who run everything, who run the cabal. You know, you hear about the 9
They're
companies.
being Illuminati.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
You know, the 6 or the 9 major networks that own everything. They own all of television and all of streaming. You know, the 6 corporations that own all of consumer foods.
Just happen to be 6.
It just so happens to be that, and there's a whole conversation about numbers that we can have, but
Yeah.
there's a select team of elites that run everything. You know, anti-Semitic types will be like, oh, the Jews run Hollywood or whatever. No, not really. It's just this elite society.
If they just so happen to, if Jewish people happen to be a part of the Illuminati, that's what, you know.
That's just what it
That
is.
just
But,
happens to happen.
but someone is running everything. There are puppet masters behind the scenes. No matter how high up the chain you go, at the top of everything is this group of elites called the Illuminati, who you'll never meet, who they run all the forums, and not just Hollywood and music. They run the military-industrial complex.
Illuminati.
You know? They run religious organizations. They run commerce. They run the World
It's
Health
like-
Organization.
Like the stuff that they do, like the weird shit that they do, like a lot of churches do that same thing.
And
Because
it is a
they
religious
they
group.
put on the front like that it's like a peaceful love, but then like on the inside there's yeah, go on, sorry.
it is
Get an oops button for sure.
for sure. It is a kind of a religious cult. You know, they have their beliefs, satanic or other, but this group of elites believe they run the world, and
I think it's more satanic than anything.
that is part of the next conspiracy
Right.
we'll talk about. But the World Health Organizations, the United Nations, the Vatican, the Pentagon, Hollywood, all these major staples of human.
Yeah, dude, like the Academy Awards are like this kind of like a difference. You know, like it's like almost like when they get new winners or something, it almost seems like an invitation into the thing. And then if they don't accept, you'll never see that Oscar winner again. Where have you seen Rami Malek? You seen Brie Larson do much? That isn't like a shitty Marvel movie.
You know, and even that's on the downward spiral.
It's even like, yeah.
But it goes so much higher up than even individuals. I mean, people know about Illuminati from like Jay-Z doing the triangle thing, and like Katy Perry covering her one eye in her music videos, or Lady Gaga doing like the ritual dance in her video, or Michael Jackson. I'll talk about Michael Jackson in a minute, but you know about it from like pop music, you know.
You see the eyes.
The Illuminati symbolism with the triangle and the eye in pop music. I don't have to explain it to you. You know what the Illuminati is, but it just goes so much farther than that. That's not the top of it. Jay-Z doesn't pull any strings.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga doesn't pull any strings. They are being pulled. You know, and the world's obviously changing. You know, pop music, I don't think has the pull over the world that it did 10 years ago or more. With streaming and the excess of accessibility. That's why you don't see a lot of Illuminati symbolism in major pop videos anymore, is because no one's watching MTV. Lady Gaga music videos aren't getting the views that they used to, and if they are, it's just bought, you know?
Yeah.
It's not, Jay-Z doesn't run shit. You know, pop music is not running the world like it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's just, anyone can make music now. Hell, I make music now, and it's Illuminati has no control over that.
Yeah.
They don't control. You know, the record labels and the radio stations. They don't have the bottleneck on this anymore, so they have to change their tactics. You know, and that's why they've kind of evolved a little bit more into Hollywood and with major motion pictures and all
I think
that.
that's what mainly my draw. So it's like the Hollywood aspect of it.
Yeah, exactly. The Hollywood aspect and even sports. I
think any award ceremony is just
any award ceremony is sports, especially in big tournaments and whatnot. Like this society they use because entertainment has all eyes on it, right? Not everybody's watching the news, not everybody's staying informed with what the government's doing, but everyone's watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
everybody's going to the movie theater to see the latest Christopher Nolan movie, shit like that. So everyone's going to watch the next Marvel movie. So they're going to make their presence known. We talked about part 1 or 2 ago about predictive programming and karma and how that plays into it. You know, they're making their presence known. They're not so secret, but nobody believes it.
Yeah.
You know,
and you can't publicly say you believe that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you can't even publicly make fun of it, because that's still acknowledging who, like, before D'Elia got canceled, his last episode, he made fun of people for believing in the Illuminati.
And Pete's
and then the next week, all that shit came out.
That's the thing. They're counting on the quote unquote conspiracy nut job joke being thrown at you anytime you bring it up. This and the other conspiracies, but they're out there, man. These however many individuals that actually run the things, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, maybe the Zuckerberg, you never know. However many people do run the world, basically, from behind the scenes, they do control things, and they're counting on anyone who talks about it being labeled as paranoid and not credible. So that's why they get away
And
with
like
it, man.
when you see like celebrities in Hollywood who were either around it, got scared by it or something, they have a fucking insane downfall to discredit them.
Entertainment, yeah. The people in the entertainment industry mostly, when they
Like
will.
that had to have happened to Robert Downey Jr. That's why his shit went. Like it could have been.
Probably.
That's a solid.
Some degree, but
Yeah.
the idea
He's definitely in it now, but
we won't talk about the military industrial complex and all that, but we'll talk about the entertainment industry.
I think it's because
it's what we know most about, but also because that has the most eyes on it.
yeah.
People in the entertainment industry, movie stars, pop stars, nowadays TikTok influencers,
Ugh.
the YouTubers, they once you reach a certain level where you have enough eyes on you, it's well documented, and here's where it starts to get a little religious, a little kooky. But
Don't put that together. Don't throw that together. Religious and kooky.
you'll see what I mean.
This is whole God situation.
Anyways, what's up with all the churches? No, I'm joking, obviously, but bad stand-up joke. But look. Look. Anyways, it's well documented that most major stars have either directly or indirectly said they, either in a joke or in passing, have said they, quote, sold their soul to the devil. The Illuminati, quote unquote, or these elites, believe that there is such a thing as Satan or the devil or someone from the afterlife, an evil presence, and that promising your soul to them will gain you riches in the current life, in the current worldly life. And that's what a lot of pop stars do. That's what a lot of movie stars do. They're approached by these mysterious figures who entice them with parties and whatnot. And they say, hey, look, you sign these contracts. Basically, it says I own you in life and in death. And you'll be at the top of the charts. And a lot of people, the biggest ones in the world, they sign it. And look at the peaks that they reach, Jay-Z was one, Lady Gaga was one when she was taken off in 2009, Katy Perry as well. Pop stars, they love that
She was
shit.
like the most obvious for some reason though.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like all like the album, I don't know. There was just something super obvious about it was like she flipped completely. It was
basically Michael Jackson, the biggest one of all.
Yeah.
He and Eminem too. They basically they're like, hey, your soul belongs to me. Everything that you do belongs to me. You will have riches. You will have everything. You'll have the fame. But your life basically belongs to me. And you need to show your loyalty and all that. A bunch of weird beliefs. And
I think that's why like Dave Chappelle got the fuck out.
Dave Chappelle too. Kevin Hart probably. But you buy into it, man. And you dedicate your life and your career to that. And you reach these peaks where you're everywhere, man. I mean, look at Eminem. He was everywhere, dude. And once he started to
think and like speak openly about
once he
stuff.
got sober and started to try to break out of it and try to, break the contract or whatever, get out of it, I mean, his career never reached the same peak again.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he started to fight back hard against these
accusations.
Religious cult overlords of the business with anti-Illuminati symbolism in his music videos and whatnot, and on his album covers and whatnot. And he would try to tell his fans, and along with other artists, about like, hey, this is all real. Like, this is all really happening. Like the symbolism, like the checkered floor and the pyramids, like, and the diamonds from the sky and the Rain Man. It's all real. Like everything.
He was just about to go on tour before he died.
All these other colleagues of mine, they're all saying the same things, and they can't come out and say. No outlet, no media outlet, nobody close to Michael Jackson in the peak of his career is going to allow him to go on camera and say, the Illuminati is real, I signed a contract. They're not going to say that. And if he did, we never saw it. So he tries to tell his fans in other ways that maybe it goes under the radar with like, what was the video? I got to look it up now, but we'll just use Michael Jackson as the example. These stars, they try to get out of these contracts with the Illuminati and they end up getting killed.
I think Prince is one of those.
Prince is one of them. The artist formerly known as Prince,
The artist formerly known as Alive.
Oh. God damn it.
I'm sorry. I love Prince. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah,
I listen to
exactly.
Prince fucking every day.
But like if you look up Michael Jackson videos in his peak, he had the symbolism, but then you look at like one of his later videos, like the Black or White music video, where he's like he's doing
Poor
this,
Macaulay Culkin.
where he's doing this anti-Illuminati symbolism that you won't know about unless you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Where he's like smashing signs and stuff that are relevant to the Illuminati, insults and jabs that only they would pick up on. Once he started doing that, he was killed. Michael Jackson was killed. Make no mistake, he didn't overdose. He was telling everyone close to him, they're trying to kill me, and they did.
Yeah.
And they pinned it on some nobody doctor who probably got 10 seconds of fame. But Michael Jackson was killed because he was not playing by their rules, and death clause came into effect, and all the residuals from all his streaming, and he was so popular.
It's like those guys who you think stand so away from, like, they're so their own thing. Like Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. Like he's not a part of Hollywood because he's his own portion of Hollywood. Same thing with like Prince. Like it's similar things where it's like they probably were being because Prince had symbolism all of, like his own fucking symbol. Like he had symbolism everywhere.
He blew up,
and then he overdosed on fentanyl in an elevator.
Yeah.
I've had fentanyl because I was in an ambulance. Let me tell you, I'm not getting up and going to a fucking elevator. I am. You know how you remember in whenever he took the Quaaludes in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
Me. That's what fentanyl does to you.
Yeah, dude. All these drug overdoses. Princess Diana was one of them. The car crash.
Perry.
Yeah, maybe Matthew Perry, but
That one's weird right now.
But look,
Sorry.
when Michael Jackson started fighting back against these people that he sold his soul to, what was Michael Jackson known for? He wasn't known for all the pop hits, being the king of pop anymore. He was suddenly known as a pedophile.
Yeah.
And that's a conspiracy we didn't add to the list. We'll do a quick yeah or nay on this. Do you believe Michael Jackson was a pedophile, or do you believe he was framed?
At this point, I think it was framed. I think he was. I think he was made to look like a poster child of that. Like, oh, we got the one. Yeah. We got the one child molester in Hollywood. We can all go home, guys.
I also believe that he was framed because of him fighting back against this religious cult. You know, the sect that ran him. It's all very real, and it sounds ridiculous, and it sounds like it's a good fiction story, but it's just not. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of proof of these artists letting you know, like, hey, the Illuminati's real. I'm just not allowed to say that. Like, I like, they're not letting me tell you. And anytime I do try to tell you, they're censoring me, or they're cutting the feed, or whatever.
They're making me have to go to fucking Africa. like Dave Chappelle saw some shit for sure. He had like
Dave Chappelle saw some shit, and that's why he fell off. And that's why every one of his stand-up routines.
He fucking left.
Yeah,
he got the fuck out, and they destroyed him because they called him crazy.
And they're trying to destroy him with every special he drops.
One of my favorite. He was on Conan, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm here," and like it was just like right after all that shit went down. He's like, "Man," Conan's like, "Yeah, man, I'm glad. Like, you know, we're glad to see you here." He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. Hold on one second." Just starts looking at the camera, doing crazy shit. He's like, "All right, I'm back. What's up?" Go on. I'm sorry.
But
yeah, David Chappelle, Michael Jackson.
We just hours of material I have for talking about this, and we can't talk about it here. We're just scratching the surface, but entertainment is run by these elites who promise you these riches if you just pass along these. And the whole reason they're doing this is not just to make a deal and to promote themselves, but to pass along these ideas to society, subconsciously or other. These ideas of sexuality and anti-God and even satanic sometimes. People will talk about like the Sam Smith thing, how he was like a respectable singer and now he's like twirling around in satanic, I don't know, a dress and high heels and trying to
that's a big part of
convert your children or something like that.
That's part of that too, if you wear a dress.
Yeah, like trying to make men wear dresses, like trying to
Dave Grohl's worn several dresses. I need to point that out.
Yeah. Harry Styles is wearing dresses on stage right now.
Kevin Hart wore one in a sketch for SNL.
They all do. Jimmy Fallon definitely did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that fucking sketch. Yeah.
They do these things to make the audiences turn away from God, and I'm not even like a big pro God guy. I'm just telling you what it is.
Like you don't have to say God. It's like turn away from hope in general.
To turn sinful, I guess.
Yeah, to turn away from positive.
To convert people to
hedonistic lifestyle.
Satanist stuff. And I don't care if you believe in that or not. Even if I don't, it's right there. You know what I mean? It's so obvious in so many aspects. Even Bruce Springsteen was like the most transparent about it. He was like, yeah, I made a deal with the commander-in-chief, and that's just what it is. I'm talking about Satan. You know what I mean? Like, it's very.
Was that Springsteen or Dylan?
Bob Dylan. It was Bob Dylan. Not but it was Bob Dylan.
Because that fucker's he's been around for a minute. He must have signed a long fucking deal because that dude's been traveling literally for 80 years.
Yeah, he's on a tour that doesn't end.
Yeah,
and it's gonna end when he dies, and that's when all the streams are gonna go up.
Yeah,
they make the money off that, but. Eminem was telling us about it in 2009, you know. It's only a matter of time before Eminem dies in mysterious circumstances or gets framed for something. And even he's quiet. He's trying to stay out of the limelight.
I'm going to say Cobain is a victim of the Illuminati.
Think so? I know the Courtney Love thing was pretty big.
I think because I don't know if you've ever seen any of these videos. They're like these weird amateur-looking videos. There'll be like a celebrity in it. Like I've seen two of them. Okay, both were Foo Fighters members. Well, both were related to. One was Kurt Cobain, the other was Taylor Hawkins.
Oh well, we know how that happened.
Both are standing against human trafficking. So
something positive,
something there. Like Kurt Cobain I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I do not think Kurt Cobain killed himself because you cannot hold a gun with 3 times the fucking amount of heroin that's supposed to kill you in your body.
Is that
He had 3 times the amount of heroin.
I never looked into the autopsy of Kurt Cobain.
Now, to be fair, I heard that from that soaked in bleach thing, but they have fucking records of it, so it's like I can't say that they're wrong. But he had 3 times the amount of heroin in his system, plus shooting himself in the head. And it just so happened his wallet's nearby. Like, you just see his, you get his ID.
To ID the body.
Yeah.
Too convenient, man.
So, for Taylor Hawkins, it's so easy to put, if you're in a pandemic, you have all these celebrities who probably had drug problems, right? Who can't sit still. You kind of feed that into those type of people and kind of put them down that road, for that type of thing. And it's people who don't go with the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
And clearly, not that he wants to be, but Grohl seems reluctantly going with the flow, where it seems like Hawkins and Cobain did not want to be part of this flow anymore.
Trying to get out of their contract.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And so.
Yeah, maybe.
But I also want to go. This is going to throw my face off Thriller for a little bit. My theory that Taylor Hawkins was Kurt Cobain, but.
Well, that's another one. Stay tuned for part 4.
Stay tuned for Austin's podcast by himself. I'm sorry, I went down that but that's what the Illuminati does to you, though. It makes you if they do this thing, then there's the fucking. It's endless what their possibilities are.
Exactly, and it just goes to show you don't have to be the king of pop to get it, man. Yeah. Anyone who signs these record deals,
anybody who sees anything too, man, witnesses.
If you're
if you're next to somebody,
yeah.
If you're in the same room as if
you're in the zeitgeist or at least close to it, if you've got eyes on you, you're either with them or against them, and if you're against them, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Princess Diana, same way,
bro. That one's because I don't know super specific things about that one just because I was so young and I never.
It's hard because it's in a different country with a different government and different regime.
Yeah, it's just. I almost had a joke in my head that I shouldn't. It's going the wrong way in a tunnel. I was like, well, American was driving, but. But to have that happen in such a place where nobody can see it. To it be in a tunnel and die in a tunnel, and the only people who can see it are people inside that tunnel, and that's easy to eliminate later. But it happens in weird circumstances. That was a weird fucking circumstance. We didn't see anything that happened. We don't see how it caught. We just know she got in an accident in a tunnel.
I mean, a literal princess
who found out some shit.
Found out some shit about her own royal family.
Yeah.
Should have the most security out of anyone on the planet.
Yeah. JFK.
JFK was a CIA op.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. And if he wasn't?
CIA op going into looking the Illuminati. How long?
I don't know if the JFK thing was an Illuminati thing.
Yeah, no. I'm just going, how long is the Illuminati been a concept?
Since the founding of the country. At least
since the founding of the
hundreds of years.
It is weird that it's becoming more and more of a thing. I guess probably the pandemic probably forced people down rabbit. I mean, fuck. Look at us.
it was. You know what it is? It was really big in the 2000s and a little bit of the 2010s when they still had the bottleneck on entertainment. But now everyone's got a camera. Everyone's got a fucking podcast. Welcome back to Real Talk, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone in this information age has a voice. They can't possibly control all the information out there.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go for different sects. They're trying to go for YouTube's anti-bullying policy to censor the conspiracy videos. They're trying to go for Facebook and and separating the Facebook Messenger from the Facebook app in order to have different privacy policies on your cell phone. They're going for the patents for ad technology that you see in Walgreens when there's a door with a TV on it and a camera watching your face, and that's legal. they're going in different sects. They're not just relying on pop music and movie stars anymore because
that's a pretty good door to start with, though.
they can't. Most eyes are on entertainment, but there's so much entertainment out there they don't control the majority of it.
Yeah,
just the AAA aspect of it. But I could talk for days on end about the Illuminati.
So yeah, definitely,
for sure.
Is there anybody you suspect? Like, I mean, obviously there's people that they say is like part of it, like the powerful. Is there somebody in your head that hasn't been said out loud?
I mean, the thing about them is you don't know who they are.
Yeah, no.
They're these people you don't. I mean, people know the Rothschilds are the Rockefellers. You know, it's these no-name elites. Like even Bill Gates. Even Bill Gates is just is an employee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not the heads.
Howard Stern, probably.
Not even. If you're a celebrity.
I mean, with how much he's like just such a monster for like that specific medium.
He's an outlet, but no celebrity.
He's so woke though, man.
No celebrity is calling the shots for the Illuminati. The Illuminati calls the shots for even the utmost celebrity. So, no, I don't have any names. I have some companies though.
Any pharmaceutical company? BlackRock.
Listen,
BlackRock's a good one.
How many of you never heard of the name BlackRock before Russia invaded Ukraine? I saw an ad on my Instagram feed the other week about a day in the life of a BlackRock back-end programmer. I start the day with a cup of coffee and I sit at my desk and I attack the tasks of the day. Why are you doing propaganda for BlackRock? First of all, nobody knew about this company prior to a year ago. And now they're fucking everywhere. And now you find out that they own all the houses. They outbid everyone on single-family houses in the country. Everything being built right now is being outbid by BlackRock and State Street. Look it up, man. BlackRock is one of the most...
Do your research.
Dude, do your research.
We just say that every episode.
I'm not going to get into BlackRock right now because I haven't done enough of my own research.
Well,
but
I'm just going to add to the thing you said about how like BlackRock came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Wayfair fucking came out of nowhere.
Wayfair came out of nowhere. Temu came out of nowhere.
What?
Temu, T-E-M-U, that fucking... I see ads for Temu every day.
Is it
it's a consumer website.
Bird?
But no, but... But, dude, companies, man. Facebook's in there. In that zeitgeist, BlackRock, Wayfair's in there. Amazon's definitely in there. Google's for sure up in there. That's why YouTube is so watered down right now.
Yeah.
TikTok. Have you ever looked at the TikTok privacy policy?
Isn't TikTok run by China? Or is that
TikTok's run by China, yeah, but it's one of the most invasive and toxic things I've ever seen in my life. But we gotta stay on track, man. I gotta get to this last conspiracy because it's even.
It's the same thing anyway.
It's the next step, and it is the top of the cake here. So here it is. The last conspiracy I have on my list is the darkest, and it's related to the Illuminati, but it's the next step of it.
Whoop, whoop.
And it's very big right now, and it's really people are starting to take notice of it more so than...
This is probably the one that fucks me up the most.
This one's purely evil.
Yeah.
Here's a conspiracy. Elite members of governments / Hollywood are satanic pedophiles. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Dude, yay for me.
Yeah.
You asked me decades ago, I probably would have said nay, but what's happened?
You can it's either you can do satanic pedophiles, satanic, or pedophiles. They're all yes. They're all yay.
If you're a pedophile, you're satanic.
Yeah. You're a fucking monster.
For sure.
Like if you're a pedophile and you think like God's gonna save you later on, you better fucking recognize.
You're the evilest of the evil.
Like you're getting your fucking like God's gonna come down there, cut your dick off, and then go back up.
God's gonna come down and unleash a kangaroo on you. So this is for all the cow farts and also the pedophilia. But look, this is something that's obviously hard to talk about, but this is something that's been around for centuries. But the elites in power, even the top executives in Hollywood, pedophilia is rampant. in Hollywood and in politics too.
And every story you hear about one singular person is to just it's to just, like I said earlier about Michael Jackson, is supposed to be the poster child, like they got him type of guy.
People talk about the Me Too movement taking off nowadays, but listen, dude, years ago, Alex Jones, famed conspiracy theorist, censored from all major platforms. Hey, look, Alex Jones, I don't agree with most of what you're saying. You're kind of over the top.
Quit screaming at me for sure.
But Alex Jones, damn you if you're not right about most things that you say.
It's like you hear you have to get like one of those filter things, like Sand's like, all right, gotta get all this fuck. Oh, there's the facts. Okay.
There's a lot of gay frogs in here. But look, Alex Jones, he infiltrated what is basically the secret location in California called Bohemian Grove decades ago in the 90s. He snuck in through the woods and he carried his camcorder and he filmed these individuals like a cult, dressed in robes, dancing around an owl statue, performing some kind of ritual, satanic ritual, doing their chants, doing this weird shit. Look it up, man, if you can find it, the Bohemian Grove video. Elites from the country are doing this very weird, like, midsummer-esque ritual in the woods.
My brain flashed though, like because I've seen the video too, and it like you just need one flash to be like, "Fuck, dude."
And and you suddenly realize that all these like eyes wide shut, like robe parties, all these secret underground societies doing weird ass rituals like the skulls and whatnot. It's all real, and it's very real, and it's all the way at the top. It's not even fraternities in college. It's all the way at the top, man.
And having it all the way at the top means it's excuses for people at the bottom or on the way to the bottom.
Exactly. And that's why you'll never get confirmation. But he saw Bill Clinton there. He saw, I don't remember what actor he saw there, but there are notable people there at this Bohemian Grove party and at other parties like it where...
How the fuck is Alex Jones not dead?
I think it's too expected.
Does he?
I think it's too expected to be off.
All right.
And they know that. And they need to find another way, so they slam a lawsuit with him. We'll get into Alex Jones another time, but
that'll be a fun one. I just gotta be permanent co-host.
The elites believe that Satan is all powerful, and that not only that Satan is real, but that Satan is the giver of wisdom and the giver of enlightenment. I mean, Satan, Lucifer, he's the enlightened one.
He's enlightened.
He's the one that gave Adam and Eve intelligence. You know what I mean? So people believe that Satan is worthy of worship and everything they do is against God. And that's why they try to get celebrities to do the weird Satanist stuff. So,
and it's like, it's not like they're going for any sort of positivity as like the outcome, like the way like Christianity does.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking just keep fucking doing your shit in life and see what like I don't understand how Satanism works like when it comes down to the end.
I don't know because I'm not in it.
Like where you going?
Like why, man? But
I guess is it the concept of like, well, we're all going there anyway, so live your life like this.
It must be the payoff. It must be the worldly gains from it. But
sorry.
Even if
that's not even like honestly the worst part of this is not even the Satanist.
So there are rituals.
Yeah.
Child sacrifice is not an ancient ritual that is unheard of now. People do that. Children go missing every year. So look, take the Satanist aspect out of this conversation. Just talk about the pedophilia. It is rampant, and it's not getting talked about. You know, in Hollywood, it's getting talked about with like the Kevin Spacey thing and other celebrities like getting like revealed about. But I think
the Seventh Heaven, Dad.
Exactly, but I think that
that's just weird. There's so many other people. That was the weirdest pull I could.
There's so much. There's so much out there, but this idea that the government is infiltrated by these all-powerful old people who prey on children for one reason or another, it didn't really come to light until
you see a video.
An individual was thrown in jail. An individual we'd never heard of until he was thrown in jail. Jeffrey Epstein.
That guy.
That really opened the Pandora's box of just how deep this well goes.
Man, he was really depressed in jail, okay?
Cry about it. Jeffrey Epstein was this powerful individual, didn't do anything notable for you or I, but he had this island where he allegedly, and here's the conspiracy, allegedly through him and his wife, Ghislaine Maxwell.
I don't think it was his wife. It was just some lady.
It was just some partner? I thought it was his wife.
I don't know if they ever got married. I think it was just like a partner.
But
fuck buddy thing.
They would fly out trafficked and kidnapped children to this island, to this private resort, where Jeffrey Epstein, through his powerful connections with politicians and entertainers, would invite them over for parties and drugs and whatnot and engage in horrific sexual acts with these trafficked victims. And he would videotape and film these things and keep evidence of it and use it as blackmail against these powerful individuals. He would use it as blackmail against the CEO of a corporation for favors and handouts and whatnot. Or
fucking anybody for anything,
do it against public officials and even presidents, man.
Probably fucking use it to get out of a parking ticket.
Dude. A parking ticket, you know? But
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna, he could use it to get out of anything.
He'd use it to gain immunity because he had this proof that, hey, Bill Clinton or Mel Gibson or whoever, you came out to this island and I saw you do the most heinous thing a human being could do. I saw you do it and I have it on camera. You're going to do favors for me now. And he had dirt on everybody.
Yeah.
And when he was finally arrested, he mysteriously hung himself days later.
While on suicide watch.
No. I mean, people make the joke Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, but listen to me very carefully. There are elites in the government who had this man killed because of the dirt that he had on them and the horrible things that they've done. It's very real and it's very in front of our faces, and we make memes about it.
We're making a podcast where we're laughing about it.
We're making a podcast where I'm going to get maybe 20 listeners to say, oh, wow, okay. But it doesn't matter.
Because I like that other guy. You should have him on more.
We have your number, but listen. These things are happening and we're making memes about it because we're helpless to control the outcome. That they're really happening in our world. Yes, it's very real. I mean...
Do you ever see the video? It was on Rogan. He was showing Whitney Cummings this video of a Shirley Temple clip. It's like, this is just an example of the pedophilia stuff. Like, she's walking up and there's this old man sitting at the table. And like, he's like, why don't you come over here? Licks his finger and she sits on his lap where his finger.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. The thing, you don't see it because it's under the table, but you see she sits down. Like she gets like that. And then Joe's like, why the fuck did he lick his finger? And I'm like, oh, yeah, why'd you do that too?
Listen, it goes so deep, and children in Hollywood have it awful.
Like fucking what's the Poltergeist chick?
Poltergeist girl. I don't remember her name.
But like that whole thing where it's like Craig T. Like that's a thing that people think Craig T. Nelson or somebody on that set, like a producer. Fucking.
Well, I think it was a Weinstein film, anyways.
Poltergeist?
I think it was Miramax. I think so. I don't know. I'll look it up.
That's another thing with like Weinstein. They picked out these few, like Weinstein.
Picked out these scapegoats to dump everything on.
They're the only ones. We got them. We got the only one of the music industry. His name was Michael Jackson. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yep. This evil guy named Kevin Spacey. Talk about him, please. Don't talk about this island where everyone's going. And here's the thing about Jeffrey Epstein. Here's how you know it's real. Because nobody's been arrested in connection to it. This guy's been photographed with everybody from Donald Trump to Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's so real, and you know it's real because none of his customers, quote unquote, have seen jail for what they've done. He was killed. Maxwell went to trial, and you didn't hear anything about what she said.
No, but we saw all of Johnny Depp's though.
Oh yeah,
you
really wanted to talk about Johnny Depp. Definitely talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Oh my God, trial of the century.
Trial of the century.
Oh,
Not
man.
the lady who
she was crying into a tissue, but she was faking it. Let's talk about that.
She was crying into tissue, but doing blow at the same time.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Oh my God, let's make a Netflix.
But we have
doc on
artist
that.
rendering of Ghislaine Maxwell sitting in trial with facts that you weren't there for, that we just picked out to tell you.
Literally the most powerful people you know in the country
You think
committed sexual crimes on children, and they're not going to see trial.
or they saw it, and that's why they're being put on a pedestal too.
And you know what? They're going to go after J.P. Morgan Chase for allowing the financing of these transactions.
Yeah.
J.P. Morgan
Yeah,
Chase.
they're gonna go. They're gonna go for somebody for tax
They're not
evasion.
going to arrest the pedophiles. They're going to arrest the bank that managed the transactions for the flight logs. Okay. That's how you know it's real. It is. This is real talk. It's all real.
It's all real.
But you know what the problem is? There's nothing that you or I can do to stop it. That's what the worst part is. So.
And it's, oh man, like, I guess it really is just like super disheartening, especially for like you and I, two people who kind of wanted to be a part of that in a sense.
Dude, for sure. Fuck yeah.
Which I feel like anybody did.
Once
but
you
like,
learn about Hollywood and you learn about the industry and the entertainment industry and the music industry, you're like, oh, fuck, never mind.
yeah, once you like really go into the nitty gritty on like what shit. And it's like, these are a lot of people killing themselves in the entertainment industry.
How is every rich person a drug addict?
Every rich person sad. Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell are both sad that same year. Sorry, not to go down that route, but there's, yeah, I'm trying to think of.
And you know what the worst part about all this is? Is that the mainstream general population knows about all this. I mean, everyone listening to this episode right now knows it's true. They know it's real. They see the headlines and they make the jokes about it. But the problem is that we're, as individuals, just like with global warming, we're powerless to stop it.
And even if there was like a chance of a loud enough voice, it would still be suppressed to nothing. Because you can't talk about this shit.
You can't talk about it. And if you
we need to fucking be careful when we leave.
And that's the thing, though, is like I'm just some guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit that I'm saying it. But like if I was somebody with thousands of followers saying it,
Yeah.
all
You're
of a sudden
done. You're
abuse
canceled,
allegations coming out of nowhere,
Yeah.
dogfighting allegations coming out of nowhere. You just never know. Screenshots coming out of nowhere. Some girl I've never talked to was coming out of nowhere.
Are you saying Michael Vick saw something in the Illuminati?
Dude, you don't know. I'm just saying.
Is that something you saw, or is that just a thing you said?
I saw a Michael Vick connection, but I never read into it. But
that'd be wild, because like, that's
no,
not,
I think Michael Vick was really into dogfighting, and I think that's real, obviously. But
Yeah.
I was just using dogfighting as an example. But look, if I was somebody, I'd get canceled right away. Someone I'd never talked to would come up with screenshots allegedly from me, and be like, look what he's doing, you know. But
and even if it did have that conversation, you have receipts saying "leave me alone." Don't matter. They just got the first part now.
Doesn't matter, dude. They literally photoshopped the plane into a windshield.
You just go back to 9/11.
Listen to me, dude.
Like,
I don't. Look,
it's incredibly not disheartening is too nice of a word. It's super fucking heartbreaking. One,
it's scary.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's also like all these, like, so many people we look up to, like, to find out like that fuck, I'm gonna get killed. You remember Isaac Cappy? He was the actor who they said he like attempted murder or something, but he died or went crazy or something. But he outed Spielberg for being a pedophile in a video.
Oh yeah, Spielberg.
And then he died.
Tom Hanks too.
And he's like talking about Corey Feldman. He's like, see, Corey, I didn't need $10 million to do this. And then Isaac Cappy died.
Yep. How about that? Everyone who talks about it and has anything credible to say dies.
It's amazing how much fucking like Corey Feldman knows. And as much as he's acting like he's this victim, like he's the reason Corey Haim is dead.
Yeah, dude. Children in Hollywood got it bad.
Corey Haim got it fucking bad.
We need a conspiracy podcast, I think, because we got a lot more to talk about, and I have to cut this short because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But look,
We should actually come back to this one.
Yeah, we're gonna come
we
back
need to come
this,
back to the Illuminati and
because we need to talk about this some more. But
because I think we burnt ourselves out on these last few episodes. We need a
shit.
we gotta fucking.
I gotta give it a break.
We'll be back to this one.
But listen,
I'm glad we ended it on a high note.
yeah, we ended on a high note. We started with the Earth being a disc. No, what did we start with? We started with airplanes dropping chemtrails, and we ended it with the world is ran by pedophiles, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
Yeah, it's a good time we're living.
Anyways,
but so
Wayfair sells children online. In case you're interested, you shouldn't be. But
if you need a $15,000 cabinet,
if you need a $16,200 curio cabinet that's named after a missing child in the area, go ahead and get that in Wayfair. But
you see email. So just to talk about conspiracy theories, it's like check her email. That's the new tin hat. That's the new tinfoil hat.
oh, the Hillary's email.
Hillary's emails. $15,000 for fucking cheese pizza.
We'll come back with.
Where you going? you bought a Chuck E. Cheese, bitch? Sorry.
We'll come back. We'll come back with the sequel trilogy of Conspiracy Roundtable eventually, but until then, thanks for sticking around through this and stomaching it all.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You're
Give us
sad now. Oops.
Give us a like. Let us know you made it through, man. But
And comment below what you loved about it. Give us more suggestions too, man.
yes, or if you're in a position of power, please come kill me and tell people it was suicide. I have a well-noted track record of mentioning how depressed I am. Use that. Say it was suicide. If I die in a car accident or I hang myself or something, just know it was a lie.
And same here, except my mom got paid off to go along with it.
Oh shit, we're gonna die.
So I guess it's been real.
It's been
Too fucking real, honestly.
it's all real
It's all
except for flat Earth.
except for flat Earth, man.
And
Come on,
cow
that's
farts.
bullshit. That's stupid.
The only thing that's not real is flat Earth and cow farts. The rest of it's real. But
I mean, cows be shit.
you got any last words?
Nah, man, just don't touch kids.
And you know what? It's that easy.
Just don't do that. If you make it in Hollywood, just don't do that, and I'll like you.
And also, look at do your research, and also look,
We don't know how to end podcasts.
I don't know. I'm going on part 4 just for the outro, but let's cut it.
Let's cut it.
All right, this has been real. Until next time, the world sucks.
Yeah.